Welcome back. In the bad old days when there were no jobs, the safety valve was emigration. Many people did really well in Britain and America and all over the place. Well, it is happening again, and it's often the best and the brightest who have the get up and go to get up and go. In the front row here, we have people who are about to get up and go, every single one of them. But in truth, we could have filled this entire audience with people who are well qualified and who've decided there's nothing for them here. John, hiya, John. John Smith.
How's it going?
Great. What's your situation? What are you by profession or trade?
I have a trade as a plasterer.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing that?
About 5 years.
All right. When did the work dry up?
Well, middle of last year, towards the summer, when I was just finished my apprenticeship.
You just served your time, ready to go as a fully qualified plasterer, and then nothing?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm emigrating to Australia now in 2 weeks, so see how it goes over there.
Yeah. What's the word coming back from Australia?
Well, it seems like the recession's hitting over there. Obviously, it's the same as everywhere else in the world, but it seems to be better than here. So.
Yeah, they're looking for skilled people over there at the moment, from what we hear.
Yeah.
So there's nothing for you here. You might as well go.
Well, there's nothing basically here, yeah. You're
are you nervous, apprehensive, worried?
Apprehensive, yeah, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. Any mates over there waiting for you?
Yeah, there is friends over there. Yeah.
All right.
I think everyone has friends over there now at this stage.
They do. So at least you'll have a base to start from.
Yeah, I will, yeah.
All right. Best of luck to you, John.
Thank you.
Nell, hiya, Nell.
Hiya.
What's your situation?
Well, I'm just finished my degree and I'm doing a master's at the moment.
Where are you doing the master's?
So in Smurfit.
Expensive course?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And what did you expect to be doing, say, when you finished that course? What was your expectation?
Well, I presume that it would give us like a kind of added edge or extra opportunity, but you know, we'll be finishing up in like August, September, and I think by then we'll be facing a pretty much saturated market here. And you know, since it's kind of a global recession, it seems to be, you know, pretty widespread. So
where are you going?
Canada, Australia, you know, they seem like the more attractive options, although I don't think that, you know, either place are going to be outstandingly better.
For business?
Yeah,
right.
for business.
But you don't mind what you do?
You know, I'm not that fussy, but preferably a kind of good starting job with...
All right, so you're going to, if you go to Australia, sit out the recession in the sun.
Well, that's... Yeah.
And will you come back, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, long term.
It's your intention to come back?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Paul Devlin, what's your situation?
How are things, Pat? Yeah, I qualified from Bolton Street now, probably around 3 years ago. And I got a good job straight away in quantity surveying. There was loads of jobs back then. But unfortunately, probably towards the second half of last year, as things really, you could see it probably coming off from a mile away anyway.
You're a QS?
QS, yeah.
All right. And you've done well. You bought the car. What'd you buy?
I bought, for my sins, a BMW. So.
All right. Great cars. So what happened? Where's the Beamer now?
The Beamer is hopefully for sale on Sunday. So a lot of people looking at it last week, fingers crossed. So.
Are you going to have to take a hit?
Yeah, probably nearly, well, just over 50% of the price, yeah. So.
That's hard to take, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're going, and that's it?
Yeah, I don't mind once I really get out of here.
Have you a house here?
Yeah, unfortunately too, I bought a house at the peak of the market too. So.
And what's the situation with the house?
Well, hopefully I'm just trying to rent it out at the moment, so if I get someone in I should be sorted, but once that happens then, I have my flights booked, but hopefully I'll have...
And you're going to Australia as well?
Yeah.
All right, the building trade, there certainly is in all areas, at all levels, there is a demand over there. We hear. Perhaps you let us know.
Yeah, there's plenty of contacts over there, so I'll see what happens. Yeah.
All right, Tara, what's your story?
I just graduated from Bolton Street in May as an architect. So still holding out for work and some kind of career prospect in Dublin. I just had a young baby, so it's kind of difficult to get...
Complicates matters a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, in terms of I can't get your standard holiday visa to go to Australia or Canada, so I think you need guaranteed work to make the move, and I suppose unlike the 80s, there's no guaranteed work anywhere at the moment.
And you can't get work here at the moment?
No,
for
not a hope. I think as a student, it's funny, you had your pick and you could work for who you wanted, but now there's nothing.
All right, and Sal, you're a pal of Tara's?
Yes.
What's the story with you?
Similarly to Tara, I graduated last June and haven't been able to find work here. So it's either what do? Do you stay and diversify or go? So I applied to Canada for a visa, which comes through in March, and I'm going to exhaust all avenues here, but it doesn't look hopeful at the moment.
How are you coping? Are you demoralised by the whole thing, or...?
Well, yeah, you're on a path, and a career path, or on a stairs, and all of a sudden the next few steps have disappeared, and you're disorientated, and you have to figure out where do you go from here. But you just have to adapt to it. And,
all right, we'll sit beside Alan Lynch. Hiya, Alan. What's your story?
Pat, I was working for a civil engineering company up to last August, and we went into liquidation, and I was made redundant.
What job were you doing?
I was a foreman for him.
Site foreman.
Site foreman.
Loads of work up to that point.
Loads of work. With job offers coming in all the time.
So what are you thinking of doing?
After that, I was out of work. I decided to wait till after Christmas to see what I was going to do. I found a bit of work. At the moment, what I'm doing is working week to week. Once that stops, I'm going to have to look at moving as well.
And you're looking at Poland, I hear.
Poland, yeah.
Wow, that's a turn up for
That
the
is
books,
a big
isn't it?
turnaround now.
They used to come here, and now
And
you're
now
thinking of going
I'm
there.
looking at going there.
Yeah, there's some stories that you know, no Irish need apply.
There is, unless
you know,
you're
because
not going to
some
be...
Poles were treated badly here, but I'm not sure if that's just anecdotal nonsense or whether there's any truth to it at all.
What they're saying is the wages won't be as strong either as what we had here, and...
But the pint is a lot cheaper over there.
Well, it won't be too bad, so maybe.
Yeah, and the accommodation. Everything is cheaper, but still, you'll be not as well off over there as you will be here.
When you're trying to pay for a house, trying to pay back for a house, and if you're not making the money, it's... What happens then?
Yeah, because the reverse was true. They were making, the Poles were making big money here, sending it back to where the living was cheap.
Exactly.
Whereas you'd be earning not much money there.
And try and send it back. So it's going to be a lot harder.
I'd love to know what happens in your case. We've got Owen and Robert here, your pals. What's your plan, guys? What is your situation, first of all?
I'm unemployed there since last year, Pat, and just going out to Sydney now in 3 weeks.
Sydney?
I'm unemployed since October.
And you're heading off to Sydney?
3 weeks, yeah.
How many of you are going out altogether?
5 of us.
Watch out, Sydney. That's all I can say.
For sure, yeah.
I'd say you're bent on having a good time, but also finding work.
Definitely, yeah.
That's the plan,
A lot of people would just sit back, go on the dole, do nothing, but all of the people here are determined that's not going to happen. You're going to go out and fend for yourselves.
Well, straight away, yeah.
Well, you're young, free, single. Isn't that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, the best of luck to you. We've got Emer. Emer, tell me your story.
I graduated from CIT, a degree in multimedia, back in June. Unfortunately, because of cutbacks in the media, there's just very little bit available at the moment. So I'm thinking in the next few months, maybe Canada is the best option for me.
And you're back working in a familiar place, I hear. The restaurant that you worked in as a student.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to move on when you can't, you know, move forward. So I think, like, over the next few months, I really have to look at my options, and maybe heading abroad is the best.
Heading abroad is the best. And what about you, Aisling?
Yeah, I was a qualified architectural technologist. I was working in a practice for 2.5 years, and like everyone else, you know, I was let go at the end of October with many people in my job, and I tried to get a job in like just office work, temp, to do anything, but I couldn't actually get anything, so I decided to apply for the visa to Australia.
As I say, you're just a fairly random dozen people we have in here, but we could fill the studio with people. Do you know many people who are doing the same as you?
Yeah, I have a lot of people, like I say 2/3 of my graduate class are actually over in Australia at the moment. Wow. Looking for work, and they can't actually get anything over there, so it probably wasn't the best time to go to Australia, but kind of much prefer to be over there looking for a job than over here, you know, with the kind of doom and gloom of everything, you know. So if I can't even get a job in a practice, which I've been applying for loads of jobs.
You can be out of work or working in a restaurant in the sun.
Yeah, I think I'd much prefer it as a smoothie bar, you know.
All right. But the one thing is the world is smaller than it was back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and even in the 80s. You know, you can move around, you can come home. It's not as if you're heading off on a coffin ship, you know, in the 19th century. The world is different. Can I wish you all the very best? And I think they deserve our support, folks. Thank you.